Good. Okay, hi, hello. So there is nothing else. There's absolutely, so nothing else than this. This is sitting here, or sitting, standing, talking, walking, whatever. Sitting here, speaking. This is nothing else than this room, this computer, everything in the room, this body here. There's nothing else than this. So what is this then? Is this existence? No. There's no knowing of this. There's simply nothing else separate from this, the unknown, which is everything. The room, you and me, any thought, any emotion, any feeling. There's simply nothing else out of this. That is the meaning of no two, non-dual. Close the door. So what this is remains unknowable. And nobody can because there's nothing else. Nobody is outside of this. Even this body, there's no entity, really like a real substantial entity within this body. And there is no separate consciousness out of this body. It's just body is functioning. Body functioning well or a ill functioning body. And nothing is running this. There's no kind of superior power or a higher power running this body, running the mind. And there's nothing, no center within this, within everything, within this body, within everything. And this is neither, this is being everything. This, being everything is neither good nor bad. So this has no meaning. This has no meaning. No meaning of good or bad, right or wrong. And things can have an apparent meaning. Can have an apparent meaning. But all the meaning is simply empty of reality. And this is meaninglessly, valuelessly what is. Any apparent meaning, like being healthy, being rich, being wealthy, being poor, being intelligent, being stupid, being fearful, all this is empty of reality. So sitting here, this thinking, feeling, everything has no reality. Sitting here, this has no reality. But by saying that sitting here or whatever is has no reality is by no means of denying of this body sitting here. It only has no reality. There's just body saying, and there's words are spoken, and listening and communicating just happen. all for nobody. So this is everything. This just, when I say this, I mean everything. That means everything. Everything. This has no reality. And that this has no reality, nobody knows. This is not a certain wisdom or insight. Oh, someone's funny. This is not a deep insight nor wisdom. Nobody knows this. Nobody knows this, that this has no reality. Nothing whatsoever has reality. And this is not a standpoint, not a certain way of approaching life. That nothing has reality. Nobody can understand it. Nobody understands this. Nobody sees this. Nobody is experiencing this, sitting here, speaking, listening, whatever. Even this sharing, coming to this meeting, just has no reality. But the meeting seemingly is happening. And nobody knows. Nobody is like observing the meeting, experiencing the meeting. That there is someone outside of this that is totally illusory. This, without meaning, without reality, and that is freedom. That is wholeness. Wholeness means this. There's nothing else than this. And there's no knowing of this. Neither good nor bad, right or wrong. So wholeness, in that sense, has no value. It has no value. It's just this. The unknowable, this. That was the introduction. Please feel free if you feel like speaking or asking. Meaning and reality appear only from the me standpoint. From the me standpoint, and that because me itself is the reality for itself, for its own. It is. So when there is me, there is like automatically there is a sense of reality. So then then there's the meaning. That meaning has reality. So like now I'm sitting here. I've been healthy. I've been doing well. Things. The meaning I give to things automatically has a reality. So the reality of meaning is the projection of me's own sense of reality. There can be apparent meanings, there can be apparent meanings. But for me, the meaning is real. Yes, for me itself is the standpoint. Me is the very standpoint of reality. Me is the very standpoint of reality. And then everything else is, of course, from this point of reality, everything else being real. And of course, there is no one is there to kind of to make a conclusion of, oh, there is no meaning and no reality. There's, there isn't anyone outside of everything and then sees everything has no reality. It's not that case. Simply, there isn't anything else than this, to know that this has no reality. Nobody can do it. To see things as real or unreal. Nobody simply can do it, can apply this, like to see things as unreal or real. The one who is trying to see things as unreal, that is utterly illusory. You can never make it. To see your body mind as an object among other objects. Exactly what I said, just there's no one here left to see things in a certain way, which is different than, than the others. There isn't a me who is left to see this body mind as an object. No one here left to see that, to answer this question. There's nothing separate from this body mind. There's nothing separate to know this body mind is different from others. Because there's the absence of subject is the natural reality. So there is, of course, no object, because there is naturally, unconditionally, there is naturally unconditional, natural and unconditional absence of subject. The subject cannot be removed. The subject can never be removed because it is naturally absent. Already, this message is not about how to remove the subject. This message is kind of pointing out that there is already no subject in the first place. So when you are asking this, do you see your body mind is still asking a subject, assuming that there is a subject who is able to see, to realize an object.
Hi, hi, Mei.
Hello, Mark.
Hi. So, but there is a natural seeing that there is no me. That is being seen, not by another me.
That is
There
the
is a seeing, and
paradox.
you are able to talk about it.
Yes, I know what you mean. But that is exactly the paradox. You said there is still kind of natural seeing that there is no me. The paradox is the paradox is it is not a seeing that there is no me. It is, I mean, that you can't understand. I can't explain. Like I said, this is not an insight that there is no me. It's naturally, and nobody sees this. There is no me. So there is no seeing of it, no subject.
But you're able to talk about it. You're able to say that there is nothing that can be known and so on, and there's no knower.
The thing is, you are kind of projecting there is the me who can talk about this.
No, I'm not projecting there's a me. If there's no me, then me can't speak, it can't see, it can't think. It's just not there. You can't see its absence. It's not there.
But seeing, speaking, talking is never done by me.
Yes. And you're there talking about me not being there. So there is a seeing, for want of a better word.
Yes,
You're relating,
exactly. So
reality.
from this standpoint of reality, when this is heard, it turns immediately into this is an insight. This is an insight. Someone somehow knows this because it is, taking this illusory reality as the standpoint. From this point, then, oh yes, there is a seeing that there's no me, because I haven't seen it. Of course, it never can see it because its standpoint is illusory.
Yes. So where you're coming from is not from a standpoint.
No, exactly, and this is not from. This is no, exactly, and but this illusory standpoint will automatically project its reality too. So like, oh yes, this is different from what I see. It turns this into another point. Intellectually, it can, okay, this is not from a point, but still that is from my point. What's between us is an illusion. It's Empress New Clothes is between us.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh, hello, Mei.
Uh, yes, hello, hello.
Yeah, I noticed I wasn't mute all the time.
Oh, wait, one moment. I hear the door. What are the answers? Sorry, I interrupt you.
I was not mute all the time. My microphone was on. But yeah, I have a question. There's so much suffering in the story, and when I listen to you, I feel somehow this is so clear. I mean, in a way, I knew this. Yeah, I felt there is always this. This was always there, like this.
Yes.
But my kind of my it doesn't help me because in my story, it's going down spirals. Everything, Like today, I had another job rejection, so I'm continuously applying for jobs and I'm rejected, and my whole social life is disintegrating, and I'm also feeling more and more I have less and less interest in people, in certain people.
You have more interest in people?
Less and less interest.
Oh, less and less. Okay.
But also then I feel lonely, and then I go to these Nonduality talks, I feel very lonely, and I feel, yes, everything is clear, like as if this is what you're talking about is what everything is made of. This, and everything, it's always been like that. But in my story, everything is disintegrating and dysfunctional.
Yes.
More and more. I don't feel that it seems to function. It feels more and more dysfunctional.
Yes. Apparently, it's getting more dysfunctional.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. All these things seemingly kind of unpleasant or not so nice things happening. Yes.
Yeah, I know it doesn't have anything to do with this message, but it is share, it is support.
Yes, yes, because all the things are happening, and it feels this is happening to me. This is happening to my life.
Of course. Yeah.
Yes, yes. It is just happening. Even feeling this difficult. What is happening is difficult. Getting sad or upset. Still, yes. Just is happening. The thing is, the person cannot, even though it is trying to see it as this is not personal, that is the trick. I mean, the person cannot do it to see it as impersonal, because experientially it is personal. This is happening to me, not to you, not to him, not someone else, but to me.
Yes, when I'm just sitting at home or I'm just cooking or in the garden, no problem. But like this job thing, when they take them and not me, this is very important.
Yes, yes, of course. It
Why
is
not
because
me? Then this is very, I mean, it's easy when just, yeah, just, you know, doing hoovering and go shopping and everything. That's easy, you know, and then sometimes it's also okay just being part of the whole energy of it. And
yes,
people in the
yes,
supermarket, the same as like as me and everything, it's completely okay when I disappear in the whole action. But then when there is this sense of feeling rejected and they take that person and not me, this is hurtful and it's hurt feels
yes. That
like
is a
me.
life full of tensions. Yes, full of stresses. Yeah, this personalizing is happening. I mean, automatically,
And this
and that is really kind of unbearable. It is unbearable, unbearable light of being.
what?
There's a book, or it was a film. It's a book, I think. Its name is Unbearable Light of Being.
Yes, yeah,
You know that movie? It's
yeah,
quite.
book.
It's a book. It's a book, and then the movie, I think, based on the book, not novel. Unbearable Light of Being. For me, it's unbearable heaviness of being. It's all is happening. All those things, what you said, getting sick, you know, is getting sick, getting well, getting healthy, getting wealthy, getting poor. It's just happening without any. Yeah, it's happening to nobody. Just not personal. But you can't apply this as, oh, I should try to not take it as personal, not take it personally. Will never work.
No.
It's just kind of twisting the mind. Quite exhausting.
Yeah.
Unbearable nightness of being. Unbearable heaviness of being. That means life most of the time.
Thank you.
Thank you. I remember there was I don't know how long ago. I in this I had a talk with Andreas. At that time, I was worrying about certain things. So I said to him, "Oh, what about if that happens? You know, in the future, if I end up like that?" That was, and then he said, "Well, if it happens, it happens to nobody." And by hearing that, I just suddenly burst into laughter, both of us. It was absolutely, I mean, freeing. It was like, that was in the story, was a nice kind of big moment.
Yes, I seem to have had these moments also when it shifts again and again to happiness. So like lightness and and then really so it's going
Yes, all this
Sound.
altering, all this
Yeah.
altering is just what happens. Nobody has control of it. Someone wrote in the chat, Andreas Müller says that he didn't even realize that the me fell away. It was very subtle. Was it the same for you? I think people seem to have different, someone like can have like a sudden death. Andreas seemingly had a subtle fading away. With me, in the story, of course, I would say it was like a soft landing. So, like a soft landing. It's just getting more and more clear that there isn't. It's just getting more and more clear. I never have had big like spectacles, like I was kind of fascinated. I was imagining I was like, you heard people were talking their stories, like Tony in the park. Suddenly, I was imagining like, oh, that's I would suddenly see things differently, but it was never the case. I never see things suddenly all different. Never. It's all the same to my eyes. So I would call it the soft landing.
But May, I think that the me is much more interested in spectacle than in soft landings and subtle gradual fallings away. Because I mean, Tony's experience is probably one that a lot of people think will be the experience that they will.
Yeah. I was kind of expecting that. Yeah. For me, it was like, a gentle, like a gentle wowing. Yeah.
Because it's the word that often is used to describe things as very ordinary. I mean, they continue to be very ordinary. And so what could be more ordinary than a very, very subtle, gentle landing?
Yeah. But at the same time, I find it even difficult to say that is so ordinary. Nothing is ordinary. No anything special. That is nothing is really ordinary, nor special.
I think maybe the word ordinary is just like an antidote to people who are expecting spectacular.
Yes. I think it is exactly how a little child, like a baby, how they see the world. The baby will never, these little babies, children under 1 year, they will never tell you, oh, this is so ordinary. They have no idea of what is extraordinary or what is ordinary. Simply no idea of it. And that is this. No idea of this is ordinary or extraordinary. And that is the small children, they kind of always, constantly, they are stunned. That is a childlike innocence. That's the same feeling when if you watch, I mean, Shakespeare's plays. That's the same when you hear all those. That's the same feeling, same sense. I guess it's like constantly wowing. Hundreds of times you can hear it, but it's like never before somehow. There's this amazement.
Hi, May.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, Catherine.
It's
Catherine.
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 Yes.
Hi.
Oh, gosh. What to say? It's these days it's hearing this is so confronting. There used to be quite an appeal and it feels like home. And now it's like it's so confronting and there's fear there because there's something that's heard but it cannot be understood, and the fear builds up because it cannot be understood. So it's like, oh, I'm not safe here, you know, this is foreign, this is
yes.
out of being able to be grasped, and
Exactly.
you know, it's just yeah. that seems to be happening.
Yes. You know, yes.
Sorry?
Sorry, you go on.
Yeah, and almost want, you know, I'm trying not to fall asleep.
Oh,
Because
many people
it's
fall
like
asleep.
falling asleep. No, it's like a kind of escape. Escaping the fear. It's like
with my Chinese meetings, it happens also a lot. They slept the whole meeting, and then at the end, when I was finished, and then they
yes, because it's a relief, isn't it? It's this fear is so it feels so physical.
yes, yeah, they've been threatened.
Yes, yeah.
You know, for this me to know, to understand, to be able to know and understand is to live. So when it hears, there's no knowing. You can't get hold of it. It's like, this is like death.
Yes,
can't know, can't understand. It's almost like death.
It's panic. It's panic.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Because to know is to live.
To know is to what?
Live. To live. Like you know, to live or to die.
And to live. All right. Yeah. Yes.
To live. Yes.
Yes.
For me, to know is living.
Yes.
I know, so I'm alive. And why me is never, this person has never enough of knowing. It always has to it needs to know more and more and more, never enough. Because it feels separate from the rest. And it has to know more.
Yeah. There is this sense of either dying or already not being there.
For me, not knowing is kind of dying. That's why this can't get near not knowing.
Yeah.
What me fancies, the so-called ultimate truth, what it fancies is all-knowing. Then I can know all, everything. It's like all-knowing, almighty knowing. That is what this me fancies.
But surely that would be to protect the self, because you would know.
To
I
know
don't know.
is
I don't know. It's just
to
an
know
explanation.
more is to get protected.
Oh, like they have the saying, knowledge
Yeah,
is power.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To know more is getting more protected.
Mm.
It's all from this separation. Being separate means being vulnerable.
Yes.
Of course.
Mm.
Being vulnerable, being fragile. Needs to know more.
Mm.
Knowing, knowledge.
Yeah.
Yes, understanding, wisdom, insights. These are all the lovely things cherished by me, of course.
Thank you. Hi again.
Hello.
It's definitely hoping to stay alive.
Oh, yes. Hoping is actually a misery. To have a hope is actually a misery. That means not yet. It's a lingering misery.
Yeah, but hoping to stay alive, that is assuming there's already being alive.
Oh, yeah. I'm alive.
So I don't mean hoping to achieve something, but hoping to not die. It's
Yes, of course. Hoping not die is a fear of the ending of knowing.
Yes.
Fear for the end of
Yeah.
knowing, experiencing, understanding, it's all the same.
Yeah.
It's like the, what do you call it? Life kit. Life kit.
Life jacket.
Yeah.
Like, I think, is it you
To
now?
navigate in the vastness of.
Iliana wrote something. I don't know what she wrote.
Oh yeah, and if there was never a knower, there was never knowing. Exactly. Even the apparent knowing is the unknown. Even the apparent knowing of anything is the unknown. Oh.
That's beautiful, actually. That's
It's the unknown itself. There's no real knowing. No, never. This is like that for me. For me, death means no nothing. Who wants to be there?
For me, knowing is like a beautiful buffet, like a buffet. It's all you can eat, and everything. Everything is very delicious, and you can eat everything. It's like knowing and getting to know
Yes,
more.
yes, yes. But this me is like this bottomless bowl or container, a bottomless container. So it's never enough. Yes, there was never nowhere. As a subject. Oh, the door again. Sorry. Yeah, the postman forgot to scan the packet he delivered, so he comes back. The very curiosity is the unknown. What is clarity? Clarity, this is there can be this apparent, seemingly clarity of things, and that is the unknown itself as well has no more value than been getting confused, getting a blurred mind. But the individual would, of course, it would give much more value to clarity. Or being being intelligent is better than the other way. Clarity is also just what is. What is clarity? What is a clear sky? What is a cloudy sky? Clarity is just as empty as anything else. And nobody has the ownership of clarity.
Hi again.
Hello.
So, funny question. Why is this message even shared? It's funny, you know, it's just, I know it's for no reason.
Yes. Why
Okay,
is this
yes.
message ever been shared, seemingly? Why is the heart beating? Why the eyes are blinking? Why the clouds? Why is it raining? Why is there sunshine? Why there's laughing and crying?
It's just almost like, oh, there's one more important thing here. Not. It still
Why
feels
is there a
so
man
important.
and woman?
Yeah, still feels so important. I've got to listen to this. It's funny.
Yes.
Maybe there's that hope that if I listen long enough, I will get it.
As long as there is this illusion, there is always a why. And there's always a wonder, why and how.
Yes.
Why do people have certain traits? Why are there different races? Why there are animals and plants? Such a diversity.
I think as a child or teenager, you ask, you know, why are there wars? Why are some people unkind? And you know, it's natural, isn't it?
Yes.
I
It's
mean,
unknown. It's unknowing.
Even asking why.
Not even appearing as. It's the unspeakable. I mean, it's why? It's just speechless wonder. Why is there such emotion as anger or fear? Any emotion?
It's still that sense of you can be attacked by someone, so
Oh, yes. As long as there is a sense of separation.
Yeah.
I mean, being separate means being vulnerable.
Yes, but I mean, you could walk by the road and you see a car coming towards you. There's still going to be an automatic response.
Oh, yes.
Of getting out of the way.
Exactly.
So that's there.
Yes. Similarly, Yes,
Yeah.
it's like instinct. Exactly. How amazing. The heart keeps beating, seemingly, even when you are in deep sleep, 24/7. Amazing how the body is functioning. In a human body or animal or plant, whatever. No one has ever known anything. There can be apparent knowledge of certain things, certain subjects, but this knowledge is the unknown. The unknown is never graspable, has no owner, and there's nothing else out of this, the unknown, this speaking, this sitting here, listening, is the unknown. Nobody knows this. Nobody understands. Because there's nothing, simply nothing else than this. This is all there is. Without knowing itself being good or bad, right or wrong, being whole or not whole, being free or bound or limited. All is the unknown. All is the unknowable. This being everything. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you, Mei.
Recording.